Hey BrewTube, AZ Home Brewer, coming back with another new video. It's been a while since I've actually done a brew video, and this is no different. This is not a brew video, but this is a video of an upgrade that I've done to my brewing process. So my new toy is one of the stainless steel BrewTech Chronicles, the 7-gallon version, and I've added some modifications to it, and so this is a video explaining that. So stick around. So this is my first part of this video. This is the stainless steel BrewTech Chronicle. It's a 7-gallon fermenter. I've already brewed once with it. I made a saison. Came out excellent and clean and held temp very well. This bag right here, this is actually a hot water heater blanket that I've cut up, modified to fit my Chronicle. It also has convenient Velcro straps here on the back side as well as the bottom side to make sure, trying to keep the entire Chronicle as close together as possible. We even made out the holes for the spring-loaded clamps as well as the carry handles. You might notice that this one's a little different than normal. These two, I have 2 half-inch ports on this sucker. One of the things I wanted to be able to do is be able to hold temp control inside this Chronicle, and I don't have a giant fridge or anything in order to accommodate that. So my local stainless steel guy went ahead and did some modifications for me. So inside, and this will get modified also. This is a 1.5-inch TC clamp. I'm actually going to do the stainless steel half-inch racking rod or blow-off tube rod, like the expert versions have of this thing. But basically, inside this thing is a nice giant coil, stainless steel coil. Goes all the way around there. You can tell it stays away from the seal, so it keeps the entire Chronicle sealed tight. This is half-inch tubing all the way around. It's about a total of 10 inches deep overall from the bottom of the lid all the way to the bottom of this. And basically, I have a way of pushing water all the way through this thing inside the Chronicle. This thing is absolutely awesome. I love this fucking thing. I will get more of these when it comes time. As you can see, just pretty much just standard is they have the markings for it. Come around the other side. This is a removable thermocouple probe in there, and then down below is one of those like racking canes kind of thing. This one is adjustable. You can put it wherever you want to. It's only held in by O-rings. It's one of the, I guess, knocks that I would say that's on this thing. And basically, this goes right inside the wort during the brew day. So this right here is the port of where your temp probe goes in, and I have this connected to one of my STCs that auto circulates when needed. So the next part of this video is going to be my cooler. So here's the way that I'm actually controlling the temp. And here, just a normal Walmart cooler, cost me 20 bucks. I wanted to make sure I did at least one brew before I actually modified this. I had all the lines actually coming in through the lid. All right, had to pause it. So I actually had all these half-inch tubes. This is this silicone high-temp tubing. It's what I had on hand, and plus it's very pliable, unlike those other hoses that aren't very pliable, like at Home Depot and Lowe's and whatnot. So I had these hoses coming right inside here, and it was allowing cold air to come out and actually warm up the water a little bit quicker than I would have liked. So what I wound up doing is I have my inlet and my outlet from the Chronicle. So this supplies the water. This takes the water out of the Chronicle in order to do temp control. Little notch right there for the power cord right here. Now this one is actually an AC pump I have a DC pump coming en route, so that way I can actually do a hard wire to this thing. So inside, generally pretty easy. It's basically I have 3/4 inch holes through the side of the side of the cooler, fish tank pump or submersible pump, and basically there's my return line right there. So I'll fill this thing up with water and frozen bottles and whatnot, basically to bring the temp down. And these two ends basically connect to 1 and 2 right here. It's an outstanding little system that I did for this thing. I'm not saying it's new, this is just showing what I've done, because I'm sure other people have done this same exact thing too. There's nothing that, this is actually probably a little overkill compared to what I actually need. This is probably something meant for like a 14-gallon, but I want to be able to control temp very quickly on a 7-gallon tank. So this thing is, I can't speak enough of it for us people that are on a budget and actually do a lot of DIYing as well as what we call redneck engineering. This can't be beat. This thing I think cost about, with the modifications and all the 304 stainless clamps and all this other shit, it came out just under $600 for me locally. But other than that, this thing ferments very, very quickly, cleans very, very easily, and this is probably going to be my prime ferment chamber, as well as, you know, my secondary, and the hole, the 1.5 inch hole, is just big enough to get a hop bag in and out, depending on how much hops you have. Obviously, if you're doing like dry leaf or something like that, you probably just want to dump it straight in, or actually take this thing off. Because this thing, like I showed earlier, this thing has a seal all the way around. So the good thing what you can do is when you get ready to transfer to the keg, and I did that already today, I might post that little quick 10-second video that I took. So basically, here you have a CO2 supply line connecting through, and basically down here, right there, I have a little plastic little 3/8 bar down here, and that goes straight into my keg. And then this line right here is obviously to get rid of the trube and everything, or if you want to do a mass dump, that will work too. This is a 3/4 inch 3-piece ball valve. This is a 1/2 inch ball valve. The only kind of dig I'd say is this is also kind of like your sampling port, and you can rotate this thing in order to rotate the line inside. So if you're starting to pick up sediment and whatnot, you could actually rotate that thing, so that way you get nice clear beer coming out. So that's pretty much the video that I have for my new Chronicle, including the modifications. I'll probably, if I'm able to remember, I'll try to make a video of my Irish Red that I'm going to make actually next weekend and have this go straight into the Chronicle. But if you have any questions, comments, you want to see some more up-close pictures of what I did, just go and do the comments below. Until then, brew on and have yourself a great weekend.